Aldred. Tim Reese on the VolState Sports Network as we are back for game 2 of the doubleheader. The Lady Pioneers lost to the Lady Warhawks 71-63, but a valiant effort in the fourth quarter with 23 points. But the men have never defeated Calhoun Warhawks, at least in the last 10 years, but they played them twice a year ago and once this year, losing down at Decatur, Alabama, 94-72. Ball State will be without 2 of their top performers due to violations in the last game that was played right here. And as Isaiah Fuller and Dayon Subaran one was ejected and one was later found to have violated the rule of coming off the bench during an altercation against Columbia State last Wednesday. And both sat out the Motlow State game on Saturday and will sit out this non-conference game against Calhoun. Vol State comes in with a record of 3-4, 2-1 in conference play. Won Saturday night against Motlow State, 73-64. As I said, they're 0-3 against Calhoun. Calhoun comes in with a record of 5-1. They have not started conference play yet. Last year, Calhoun 12-18 overall, 5-9 in their conference, the Alabama Community College Conference. They finished 7th. Bishop State won that conference. Vol State finished 8th at 4-14 in the Tennessee Community College Athletic Association. And we will have 2 20-minute halves and just now getting ready to give out the starting lineups. And I believe I have them. There were some crossed out names on the score sheet that I took a picture of with my phone. So I think these are the starters for Calhoun, coached by Derek Powell, Javen Poindexter, Brandon Cooks, Isaiah Bailey, Carson Muse, and Caleb Carpenter, the 5 that are starting here for game 1. Let's see if they've got the same lineup. There's Caleb Carpenter and Carson Muse, number 22, and then the next guy who didn't take his warm-up off, but for the Pioneers, Taylor Groves with a 30-point effort on Saturday will get the start. I believe this is his 8th start in 8 games. Willie Wilson, John Lloyd, Jaden Nesbitt, and Levante Ivory are the starting 5. Taylor Groves, 30 points. He had a triple-double in the game against Motlow State. 11 rebounds and 11 assists. And that may be the first triple-double for a men's player in a while. Kendall Myrie for Vol State had a triple-double, which included points, rebounds, and blocked shots in a previous game this year. But Jaden Nesbitt, 10 rebounds, 5 blocked shots to go along with 11 points against Motlow State. Levante Bobo Ivory with 11 points against the Bucks on Saturday as well. Vol State won that game 73-64. As we are about set here, I'm joined by Garrett Bruce, who is back for his 2nd ball game of the night, 4th of the year. Garrett, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. How'd it go with the score sheet in the first game? Do you feel like you're able to keep up?
Oh, I was perfect through the first half.
Okay. Second half got a little crazy, didn't it?
Yeah, I forgot about this piece of paper right here.
A lot of action on the court. Jaden Nesbitt and Carson Muse to jump, and the ball will be possessed by the Pioneers. Taylor Groves starts the offense over to Ivory. John Lloyd looking to set a pick, but Ivory's going to go to the basket. His layup is no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Calhoun. Willie Wilson, he gets the steal, and the layup is good. Willie Wilson, the sophomore from East High School here in Nashville, Tennessee. 8 points per game. Willie gets us started as he got the steal from Isaiah Bailey, who takes the shot and ties the ball game. Full court pressure by the Warhawks, easily defeated by Taylor Groves. Had a couple three-pointers in the game against Montlow State. Most of his scoring is in the lane and at the free throw line. 8 for 12 at the free throw stripe on Saturday. John Lloyd, the freshman from Mount Juliet, Jaden Nesbitt into Lloyd, who's triple teamed, and he's going to get the shot up, and it's no good. Rebound to Javen with a V, Poindexter. Into the corner, a quick pass, but Caleb Carpenter standing on the out-of-bounds line. It'll be a turnover to VolState. Carpenter, a 6'7" freshman guard from Athens, Alabama. That's where the Buc-ee's is located down there, Garrett, in Alabama off I-65. Athens, Alabama. You a big Buc-ee's fan?
Oh, I love Buc-ee's. I made a stop to Athens, actually.
Is that right? Jaden Nesbitt with the flush and another assist to Groves. VolState with a 4-2 lead. Willie Wilson, the smallest player on the court, but the quickest player on the court. Out to Carpenter, his three-point shot is good. They don't shoot a lot of threes. They've only shot 69 in the first 5 games. Groves goes to the basket. His shot is knocked out of bounds. They only average 11 three-point shots a game, but 13 players out of their 16 on the roster have attempted a three-point shot. John Lloyd has the ball knocked away, but personal foul is going to be called. It is going to be on Brandon Cooks, his first, team first, VolState basketball underneath their own basket. Akil King's going to check in for John Lloyd. This may be the earliest that Akil King is checked into a basketball game this year. He is a transfer from Brevard College. He's from Snellville, Georgia, is Akil King. Played at Shiloh High School. Groves trying to split the double team over to Levante Ivory. Gets it into King, not playing with his glasses today. And Groves will shoot a three. It's a little short, but the rebound tracked down by Wilson. In the corner for three. It's good! Willie Wilson. He's got 5. He is all over Isaiah Bailey. Poindexter out to Carpenter, and another 3 is a little long. Isaiah Bailey with the rebound over Willie Wilson. Cooks for 3, and he's going to hit. Just as I say, they don't shoot many threes. They put up 4 here in the first 2+ minutes of the game. Groves going to fire from 3, and it is long. Rebound to Poindexter. Balanced scoring up and down the Calhoun lineup as Carpenter's going to drive to the basket this time. Get it out to Poindexter, over to Bailey. His 3 attempt is rims in. So for a team that's only shot 69 three-pointers in 5 games, they are chucking it from distance. Willie Wilson's going to fire again, and he's going to splash in another 3. Wilson hot early. VolState down by a bucket. Willie Wilson asserting himself here in this ball game.
Wilson with 80% of our points so far.
A wild shot. That's going to get in, but it's going to hit off of the shot clock above the backboard. You're not allowed to do that, Garrett.
No, you're not.
Now, maybe in a game of horse, when you're playing trick shooting, you can do that. But
that's my specialty.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I saw a couple guys, Cooper Harris and somebody playing a game of horses. Somebody did that. Willie for 3 again, and count it for Willie Wilson. 3 3-point buckets for Wilson.
11 points out of Willie Wilson in the first 5 minutes. We'll see if that continues throughout the whole game.
8 points per game he averages, 3.9 assists. He is over his average already. Willie Wilson looking for a big game here against Calhoun. And a nice flash to the basket by Bailey. He has 7 early. Levante Bobo Ivory. Ivory can get up. VolState with a 2-point lead. Shot from the elbow, no good. Rebound to Ivory. Dishes over to Groves. Looking to work on Poindexter. Drives into the lane. Is met by a couple other Warhawks. Able to get it out to Wilson. Nesbitt to Ivory in the corner for 3, and it's good. That's a hot spot down there. Call that the Verizon hotspot. We need a sponsor. Four threes in the half already. Muse to the basket. He's rejected by Nesbitt. And out of there is Ivory and over to Willie Wilson. He'll get it over to Groves, and he's going to be called for the quick twitch on the pivot foot violation. And checking in the Jersey Mike subs for VolState, Cannon Hale and John Lloyd returns into the ball game. Cannon Hale from Gallatin High School. That's the home of Garrett Bruce.
That's right. Cannon Hill has the 3-point record for in one game at Gallatin High School.
Is that right? How many?
It was 16.
Do you think he hit 16 threes?
Yes, he did.
That is firing. I bet he had to ice his elbow.
Yeah.
Nice rejection there by Levante Ivory on the attempted interior pass. Got a new player over there in the ball game. I didn't see him check in. Josh Vedrin, or it's Vedrine. I did not get a pronunciation guide from Calhoun. Vedrine. Number 0, Coy Yarbrough, their leading scorer, puts up his first 3 attempted. It's no good. VolState now with a 5-point lead. Cannon Hale, that's his specialty, but he has been cold from the 3-point line. A left-handed runner by Levante Ivory is good. VolState running out to a 20-13 lead here at home against the Warhawks. 0-3, looking for their first victory over Calhoun in 2 years. Dexter Smith in the ball game. The 3-point bucket is up and good by Tahir Bond. Wilson tried to drive on Bond, and Bond would not let him by. John Lloyd just took a huge shot by Coy Yarbrough, and Yarbrough recovers to guard Lloyd, knocks it out of bounds. So Coy Yarbrough, Dexter Smith, Carson Muse, Josh Vedrine, and there is a offensive foul called. Who did that go on? That went on Cannon Hale. Tahir Bond. Was that the 5th I wasn't naming? Garrett, you're trying to point, is that
That's
right?
right. That's
okay.
Right.
If they had colored in the numbers on those blue uniforms, all white, it'd be easier for me to see. Turnaround jumper by Yarbrough, no good. Rebound to Ivory, and he is off to the races. Muse tried to step up and cut him off, couldn't do it. Ivory with another bucket. That is 9 for Levante Ivory. 22-16, Pioneers lead. 3-point shot, no good. Outlet to John Lloyd, not who you want handling the ball. Inside to Akil King, and he gets the one-handed jump shot to go, and that's going to be a timeout for Calhoun. VolState leads 24-16. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. We'll get to our very first player spotlight, brought to you by High Point Health Sumner, formerly known as Sumner Regional Medical Center. Our first player spotlight will be Cannon Hale. your former classmate there at Gallatin, 6'3", 195-pound redshirt freshman. He transferred from Cumberland University. He's a fire science major, the son of Dave and Greta Parker, and he has 9 siblings. And his dad is the Rucker Stewart Middle School girls basketball coach, and his mom, Greta, is the head coach for the Gallatin High School girls basketball team. Hello to Nanny in Gallatin, also Grammy in Gallatin, Tennessee. Cannon Hale. Need to get him untracked. You also said a shout out to Aunt
Hillary.
Aunt Hillary.
That's right.
Okay. We need Cannon to pop one from 3, and then we'll give Aunt Hillary another shout out. Isaiah Bailey back in the game, being guarded by Cannon Hale. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, fought for, and Levante Ivory about to get a handle on it, and he is fouled by Tahir Bond. That'll be his first personal foul. Second on the Warhawks. They're located down in Decatur, Alabama. It's about 40% of my the distance I need to travel to go see my daughters and 3 grandkids in Caledonia, Mississippi. Decatur, Alabama, as the shot clock was not started. They'll say that 25, I think, on the shot clock. Our officials for today's game, James Gibson, our referee, Dustin Williams and Wes Poe, the 2 umpires. Hale will inbound. Akil King, John Lloyd, and Cooper Harris, along with Groves, did not have a handle on that. Finally was able to get it and got it out to Lloyd, who now gives it up to Cooper Harris. Over to Cannon Hale, quick 3, no good. Cannon Hale just cannot dial it in from 3 yet. He gets hot, as you said, he can't fill it up. Driving, 17 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Josh Vedran, I don't know what I'm going to call him all game. Josh V gets the bucket, averaging 11 points a game, 3.8 rebounds. He and Coy Yarborough, 2 leading scorers for the Warhawks. Underneath, tried to get it to the 6'8" Akil King, and just a little too tall. Big Calhoun basketball down by 6 of the Warhawks. Aaron Smith on the camera down at the north end zone, and Paris Howard back out at the south end zone on our cameras. Catherine Nixon and Peyton Tripp up here on the mezzanine. Groves with this steal, looking at 1-on-3. A kick out pass to Cannon Hale. Cannon says, hey, I'm going to fill in down at the corner. And Groves threw it out at the, what would that be, the mid-line of the 3-point arc on the right side. Another turnover for VolState. A couple empty possessions there. As Cooper Harris will pick up full court. Harris now lives in Gallatin, formerly lived in Goodyear, Arizona. A 3rd-year player for VolState, was out as a medical redshirt. Back playing now. Step back 3, left-handed shot, no good. Rebound, finally secured by John Lloyd. Taylor Groves is a good rebounding guard. Cooper Harris spots up for 3, can't get it to go, knocked out of bounds by Yarborough. Harris can get hot too. His minutes per game, though, are just not as lengthy as several of the other guards. Groves will trigger the inbound. Harris being held as he tried to maneuver through a few Warhawks, trying to get it into John Lloyd, and it's a long pass by Hale. Another turnover. What's that, 3 straight possessions, Garrett?
I believe so.
Dexter Smith over to Bailey. His 3 is no good, high, and bodies tumble. That me. Is that Brandon Cooks down on the ground? I think the foul's going to be on Brandon Cooks. Finally, we get Justin McKinney out from the trainer's table.
His first minutes for the game.
Yeah. Justin, where is your towel? He's going to use those nice new hush puppies he's got. Justin McKinney in his 12th or 13th year. The foul is actually not on Cooks. I don't think Cooks is in the foul is on Cooper Harris as Yarbrough misses the first free throw. Keel King will be replaced by the Jersey Mike sub, Jaden Nesbitt. Yarbrough averages 11.2 points a game and 7.2 rebounds. He goes 1 for 2 at the charity stripe. Now full court pressure. Groves up quickly, 2-on-1. Harris with the back or behind the back pass. It's knocked out of bounds by Calhoun. And it will remain Vol State basketball with 22 on the shot clock. Not sure head coach Johnny Lynn in his second year is stoked about a behind the back pass, but especially to a big man. John Lloyd, 6'6" freshman from Mount Juliet, looking for the pass into Groves. Yeah, he turns around and gets one off the glass, no good. Nesbitt taps it to Groves, who tries to go up and does, gets it off the glass. It does not go in, but he'll draw the foul. And Groves will go to the line. Personal foul charged to Trevor Taylor, who's now in the ball game for Calhoun. And Groves will go to the line. 58.7% free throw shooter, but 8 for 12 in the game against Motlow State. But that high arcing free throw is no good. Averages 17 points per game, 7.9 rebounds per game. That is good for 4th in the conference. 1 for 2 at the free throw line. Those are Taylor Groves' first points. He is a double-digit scorer in every game so far for Vol State. Willie Wilson back in. Groves, Lloyd, Nesbitt down low. Cooper Harris and Willie Wilson, the guards out top. Dexter Smith in the ball game for Calhoun. Trevor Taylor with the basketball. Nice steal there by Willie Wilson. He's going to go all the way to the basket and lay it up and in. Wilson, a hot quarter. 13 points. Almost half of Vol State's buckets. Yarbrough's jumper no good. Rebound to Smith. And he's going to step on the end line. Turnover to Vol State with a 27-19 lead. And a host of Warhawks check into the ballgame. Messiah Robinson, Saeed Allen. Let's see who else has checked in that I haven't seen. Tahir Boyd in the ball game. They play a lot of players. Groves with a turnaround jumper at the corner or at the elbow. He gets that shot to go. Taylor doesn't shoot a mid-range jumper very often. He's either driving to the basket, just like that. And what a play. Who is that? Is that 21? Foul's going to be on, is that Nesbitt? What an athletic play by Josh Vedrun.
Looks like that foul went down on John Lloyd.
Okay. You put it, it used to didn't let you have a number that was higher than a 5 on, because it was easier for officials to show the free throw no good. Groves was triple teamed. Gets it out of there to Willie Wilson. Wilson waits for Groves to get across the timeline. Now Nesbitt drives to the basket. His shot is blocked, but he's going to pick up the foul. And Trevor Taylor picks up his second personal foul. Nesbitt will go to the free throw line. second on the team in scoring at 11.6. He is second in the conference in rebounds at 9.1 per game. 59% free throw shooter, gets the first one to go. Nesbitt, that was his 30th free throw of the year, in and out. Ball State with the 9-point lead. Tahir Boyd is driving. They're going to call that a jump ball as Taylor Groves able to get his paws on the top of the ball, or at least one paw. The former Ole Miss football player, 2 years down there with the Rebels. Now trying his hand at basketball, came back home. He's from East Robertson, Cross Plains, Tennessee, in Robertson County. Johnny Lynn, very happy to get him on the squad. John Thomas, the recruiting coach, as that shot is missed. Groves up court, football player to football player. Willie Wilson started his collegiate career out at football at UT Chattanooga. The pass was caught, but they just could not connect on the field goal. Nesbitt a long way away. He's going to drive on Allen, kick out to Groves for three, and it's good. Taylor Groves drops in a three ball. Ball State with a 12-point lead. Another three-point shot, and Nesbitt pulls out the rebound. Levante Ivory down in the corner, trying to get it inside to Lloyd. Out to Ivory. He's going to drive and give it off to Lloyd, and he's going to be fouled. It's going to be on Josh Vedran, his first. I got 5 fouls on my sheet, and that's what they have on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard as Akil King checks back in. I noticed a couple new players on the bench that are dressed out tonight, Garrett, as that pass is not tipped. It may be tipped. It is. Wait a minute. One official is saying it's tipped, but it's going to be Calhoun basketball as Keneal Velez and Preston King have suited up for the first time this year. Just inside the three-point line, the shot up by Taylor is good. That's his first bucket of the ball game. Up court to Ivory, and he can't connect there. Taylor will pull it out as some fancy dribbling, but he's going to shoot from three. Nesbitt on the rebound. One and done for the Warhawks. Ball State up by 10. Nice behind the back dribble by Ivory, and the shot is no good, but he's going to draw the foul. Foul charge to Tahir Bond. That's his second. They've got one on the scoreboard, but I have two. Ivory at the free throw line. Knocks down the first free throw. Shooting at 75% from the stripe. 21 of 28. That is his 30th free throw attempt. He has hit 23 of them. We got a whistle. We have I think it's another problem with the shot clock that was not started. Ball State up by 12, 6:15 to go in the first half. Appreciate you joining us on the VolState Sports Network on YouTube. A good group of folks helping with the broadcast again. Thanks to Chief Engineer A.J. Fawson, who's put together a great crew. And before Taylor can get the shot off, there's a foul underneath. And that is going to be on Josh Vedran, his second. Team seventh. But since it's a player control foul, an offensive foul, Pioneers will not be shooting free throws. A couple new Warhawks checking into the game. Carson Muse and Brandon Cooks to replace Taylor, and I think Vedran will come out of the game. He is. That's a good-looking body right there.
Yes, it is.
That young man, he can get up, and he is quick. 6'5", 200-pound sophomore from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I apologize if I'm butchering his last name. Josh Vedran, Vedrine. Nesbitt, he's going to pass it to the referee. Actually, one of the umpires, Dustin Williams. For some reason, Dustin didn't want to try to catch that one and make a play. I'm not sure if he just can't play basketball, or I think it might be the fact that he's wearing stripes and not a white VolState uniform.
Yeah, it looks like an open three, but I guess that one's going to slip through.
There's almost another errant pass. Spot up for three, and it's good. That is Brandon Cooks. That's his second three-point shot. Behind the back dribble, nice bit of dribbling by Wilson. Groves, he likes to drive. He hangs in the lane looking for the foul, but he gets the bucket, not the harm. Groves loves the contact. Saeed Allen dishes out again to Cooks, who drops in another three. Calhoun down by 8, 4:53 to go in the first half. And Levante Ivory was thinking that Groves was going to stay even with him in the front court, but Groves started to drive, and without the ball, Ivory throws the ball out of bounds. Cooper Harris and Akil King check back in for the Pioneers. Carson Muse, Dexter Smith, Brandon Cooks as Smith goes right to the basket. And a left-handed layup. He gets his first bucket of the ball game. VolState now down to a 6-point lead. Cooper Harris being guarded by Cooks. He has picked up his dribble. He needs some help, and Nesbitt provides it. Fakes right, gives it up to Cooper Harris for three in the corner. Short rebound to Akil King. He bounced and gave it up to Nesbitt, who missed. Fighting for the rebound, Cooper Harris dives. Nesbitt has it, and he's going to be tied up. It's Derek Powell, the head coach for Calhoun. At least he is, according to the website, but I've seen that their website apparently is not entirely accurate, so they have three other assistant coaches showing on the website, Adam Broyles, Antavius Belgrave, and J.P. Fletcher, but I don't know if that's accurate. I didn't get an opportunity to talk to anybody from Calhoun to check that information. Got a wet basketball and a wet floor. Carson Muse will handle Justin McKinney's job down here on the north end zone. Just kidding, that is a collateral duty for our athletic trainer, the all-world trainer, Justin McKinney. Cannon Hale in the corner will dribble out, lose the basketball, but it kicked over to Akil King. He's going to fire from three, try to get it off the backboard. It's no good. Not the shot that Johnny Lynn is looking for. Carson Muse trying to drive on Nesbitt. Now kick out for three. Bond will give it up to Cooks, who is hot from three-point land. That's his fourth triple of the first half. He has 12, and Calhoun has it down to a three-point deficit. VolState was hot, cooled off, then got hot again. Groves, one-man band. He's going to drive and kiss it off the glass. Ten early for Groves, who had 30 in the game against Montlow. And an attempted slam dunk there by Allen. He is blocked at the rim by Jaden Nesbitt, but Nesbitt will. They're saying it's on number 8. Number 8's not in the game. You need to tell them down at the scorer's table there's not a number 8 in the game. There's a number 9 in the game. as Allen is at the free throw line, but they just gave the foul to a player who's not on the court. Now they've made the correction. That is Nesbitt's first foul. Dustin Williams, hard to see. The 9 from the 8, 2 free throws missed, and Nesbitt gets the rebound. Nesbitt handles the ball pretty well for a 6'8" power forward. Groves, he is absolutely killed by Messiah Robinson. Finally, they get the foul called. Robinson checked Groves, trying to go just to the right, and I mean, slammed right into him. Groves will go to the line for a 1 and the bonus. JUCO basketball, Garrett, is a physical game. Groves cashes in on the first and will get a second attempt. In there quickly is Cannon Hale. I wonder if that threw off Groves. He looked to me like he was in too early. Cooks with a heat check here, and he drops another one home. Brandon Cooks, 5 3-pointers, averaging 5.2 points a game. Cooper Harris going to fire for 3, and it is long. Hustles after the rebound, loose ball. Nesbitt tried to hand it off to Lloyd, and it is lost. Calhoun basketball, they got a chance to tie. Nice defensive play by Cooper Harris to knock that one out of bounds. Willie Wilson and Levante Ivory will check in for Cannon Hale, who's getting an inspirational talk from assistant coach Greg Law. John Thomas Lynn is head coach Johnny Lynn's second assistant. This is his first year on the bench. He has recruited a number of these players for his father. The younger Lynn's son is the head softball coach here at VolState. Muse with the jumper, can't get the first basket to go, but Coy Yarborough with the tap in. VolState now with a 1-point lead, 40-39, coming up on 2 minutes. Groves double teamed, gets the ball to Nesbitt. Ivory searching, finds Wilson in the corner for 3. No good. Nesbitt taps it out of there, but he goes to Calhoun. Behind the back dribble as Bailey gets it over to Yarborough. His behind the back dribble, and he lays it in, and there's the first lead of the ball game for Calhoun, 41-40. VolState with an empty possession, although they actually did get a shot. Ivory's potential layup is a little shy, and Messiah Robinson up court, and that'll be a timeout for Johnny Lynn. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Garrett, not been good for the last several minutes for VolState.
No, it hasn't. Looks like we've kind of gotten lazy when it comes to the ball movement, ball control, and, you know, that's one of the big parts of the VolState basketball style of play, I'd like to say. So,
well, Calhoun has poured in 8 3-point shots. So they had made 23 in the first 5 games, the first 6 games. And it's like, and they've decided we're going to shoot it from 3. And apparently they've had a pretty good couple of classes in it, because Brandon Cooks, not sure if how many he's missed, but he has made 5. The 6'1" freshman guard from Mobile, Alabama, comes in, I mean, showing 13 minutes a game that he averages. Before today, he has been 1 for 9 from 3-point land, 11%. Rob Correa in the game, and he's going to be called for traveling as he was double teamed in the corner. This is smaller lineup, although Jaden Nesbitt at 6'8" in the ball game. Correa can get up, as can Levante Ivory. So They are 6'2", 6'3", but they play more like 6'5", 6'6". Cooks in 2-point territory is going to be fouled by Ivory. He'll go to the free throw line. Ivory picks up his first personal foul. That is the 5th team foul, but Cooks will go to the line shooting 2. Cooks was 4 for 10 at the free throw stripe before that attempt. 16 points in the first half. He's 2 for 2 at the charity stripe. Calhoun out to a 45-40 lead. Ivory nearly had his pocket picked. A trapping man-to-man defense. Groves is going to spot up for 3 off the rim and off the backboard. Rebound to Calhoun. Yarborough with it in the front court. Bailey started to pop from 3. Thought better of it. Yarborough's going to drive against Ivory, and Yarborough at 6'8", towering over Ivory. Yarborough now with 7. Wilson gives it up to Correa. Fakes a shot just inside the free throw line. Ivory's going to go to the bucket. Missed the shot, but he'll go to the free throw line for 2. Carson Muse picks up the foul. His first. Ivory averaging 10 points a game in conference play. In the 3 conference games, he's averaging 16 points a game. So he steps it up a notch in conference play. Misses the first free throw. Smaller crowd tonight than we had on Saturday. He's 1 for 2 at the line. Where are all the baseball players? There they are.
Oh, there's a few over there.
There's a few of them. How many of those were, I don't see too many of the violators over there.
No, I see one. Luke Lawson was my running buddy today.
8 seconds to go in the quarter, and Jaden Nesbitt with the denial. And VolState will fire one from 3/4, and Cooper Harris, I'm not sure if he was trying to tip it in or not. Wilson came close on the two-handed chuck. Calhoun comes out of the first half with a 47-41 halftime lead. We will take a break through the half and come back with a few minutes before the second half with some statistics. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Our students are the future leaders of businesses in this area. We live in a fast-growing area. We are seeing large tech companies move in.
When a student comes to VolState, they can leave here with knowledge that applies to all aspects of business.
We have a management concentration. We have marketing concentrations. Within that, you have a sales focus. We have an entrepreneur focus within that for someone who wants to look at starting their own business. We also have a focus in accounting and in finance.
We have our Associate of Applied Science degrees, which are logistics, accounting, management, and marketing. And then we have the Associate of Science, our transfer degree programs.
Our goal is to figure out a student's path in front of them, whether that is to transition to a four-year university or to align to a career, and for us to prepare them in order to be able to be successful in the path they choose.
I took business management because I want to have my own business one day.
I started updating my resume in a lot of places, even as entry level, really needed a degree. So I just really knew that it was time for me to take that step and enroll in VolState.
I feel like for what I want to do for my own future, I do need the background and I need the understanding.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Companies like Amazon, their system and their perfection with this system is built upon efficiency.
A lot of a business function is dependent upon getting a product on time so that they can do the business they need to do.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes, so we give them that practical knowledge in the classroom. Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
VolState CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I'm in the introduction to networking.
They make it real simple to just take your classes and go. It's all right there laid out for you.
VolState is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there.
We're seeing changes in how businesses function, how there's a shift in the skills needed in the workforce. When I ask about the future is now, and our students need to be ready to enter that future prepared with the skills that are necessary in order for them to survive and to thrive.
I think that the moment I finish my classes, I'll be ready to go into a company and work my way up through it.
VolState is giving me real-world experiences.
VolState is preparing me for my future.
I choose VolState because the future needs me now.
Man, thanks to that bald and personal price you gave me, I was able to scoop me up some new kicks.
Really? I like those. You look like you're ready for a marathon now.
You know, on second thought, we're always looking for some fresh talent. Have you thought about going back and playing?
Really? Man, have I ever.
Go to the goal. There you go, buddy. Jake.
You for real, Coach?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing about the personal price, Coach. Everybody at Toyota Gallatin gets it. That's what makes us so special.
Well, on second thought, I think we're all booked up.
Come on, Coach. For real? Give me a shot.
We'll pass.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
The volunteer state has always been home to pioneers. Dreamers and hard workers blaze their paths here. From the TVA to Mountain Dew to touchscreen monitors to the Grand Ole Opry, Tennessee has been home to innovators, creators, and entertainers. From humble beginnings to changing the world, Tennesseans have pushed the boundaries of what is possible. We pioneer healthcare, infrastructure, engineering, and product development. At Volunteer State College, we've developed our degree certifications to carry the torch of Tennessee's success with flexible options to help you blaze your pathway. We are searching for pioneer-minded students who are on their own journey of growth. Learn how these pathways are shaping the future of Tennessee. Like those that have come before. Blaze your pathway. Your career awaits. VolState.
One thing I would say that's really special about VolState is essentially the relationship that the institution has with its students.
This is a place where you can get comfortable and you can be fine-tuned with the people that are in the same field as you are.
VolState is like my second home. I've gained so much here, I can't even describe it all. So my story began for me about 5 years ago. Had the world in the palm of my hands. I go into work one day and then I'm told you're going to be laid off indefinitely. We don't have a space or a place for you. And there was two things I could have done. I could have just folded and just said, you know what, my life is ruined, it's over, I'm defeated. Or I could pick myself up, dust myself off and say, let's start again. And so I decided that I would come to VolState.
VolState's prepared me by giving me all the skills I need to start off. This first class is about mechanical engineering and more of the physical side of mechatronics, just creating 3D objects with routers and mills.
This is where it's all at. I didn't realize how great this place was until I really explored my options.
But we have a great recording industry program. We have great equipment. We have some faculty here who have worked in the industries. I love VolState. I would recommend it to anybody. I want to go into PR and journalism. Being at a smaller community college helped me to better navigate and know what to expect when I'm ready to expand my studies at another university.
I think this was the perfect start to my journey. Possibilities are endless.
It's a solid foundation that you can go anywhere in the country with.
My dad and my parents, period, were my biggest champions. He got sick and we didn't know it. He died of cancer. It was sudden. And he kept asking me, baby, when are you gonna graduate? I was like, it's coming. It's coming. I really thought I couldn't do it, but I was determined, and here I am now at the finish line, living proof you can do anything that you put your mind to. Just gotta believe. This has been a great journey. I have nothing but great memories. And I will cherish these memories for as long as I can. It's been tough. It really has been tough. I've had a lot of hills to climb. I've had obstacles, but now I'm at the top of the mountain and the view is incredible. I see so many possibilities in front of me. And VolState, it changed my life.
Are you ready to blaze your pathway in the business world? We're developing pioneers to become the next great generation of business leaders, deal makers, movers and shakers. Our world is facing many challenges, but the future also holds opportunity for those ready to forge into it. But to overcome our challenges and seize the opportunities, we need problem solvers, critical thinkers, innovation, and creativity. Acquire the skills, real-world experience, and credentials to be the next great pioneer in leading and reshaping business and industry. Whether you desire to be a CEO or develop new solutions in supply chain to ensure the world keeps moving, VolState can help you conquer your pathway to success.
While I was attending VolState, I worked at First National Bank, which has been a great legacy for me because 30 years later, I'm still working at First National Bank. They have just been a great place to work, just like family. Well, I would absolutely recommend VolState. Number one, I'm living proof that the education I received there has been beneficial. Both my son and daughter also attended VolState. My daughter's majoring in business, so what better recommendation could you give than to encourage your own children to participate and learn with VolState?
My name's Aaliyah Taylor, and I'm from Livingston, Tennessee. Currently, right now, I'm studying accounting and business. I picked VolState because it was just more of my hometown, and it was just something closer for me. I wasn't ready to go out of town.
We have a management concentration. We have marketing concentrations. Within that, you have a sales focus. We have an entrepreneur focus within that, for someone who wants to look at starting their own business. We also have a focus in accounting and in finance. Our goal is to figure out a student's path in front of them, whether that is to transition to a core university or to align to a career. For us, we're paired now in order to be able to be successful in the path they choose.
Whether you want to make your way to Wall Street or if you'd rather be on Main Street, VolState's business and technology programs will prepare you for your journey. Come find your pioneer spirit and let us help you blaze your pathway here at VolState.
Why spend over $100,000 for a large school where they'll be just another number? With Tennessee Promise, a great education at VolState could be free. Here at VolState, everyone is a part of the family. We offer small class sizes, close to home, with plenty of support from staff and faculty, full of moms and dads. Help them reach their full potential and find their own path. Help them find it at VolState. Go to volstate.edu today to get started. Studies show a 2-year degree can increase your earnings by 17% per year, or over $400,000 during your lifetime. Volunteer State Community College is here to help you unlock your unlimited potential. From nursing to marketing, computer tech to acting, and everything in between, come see what VolState has to offer. Go to volstate.edu today to get started. Pioneer your future. Start here.
Hey y'all, I'm Wendy Tostenson, president of Volunteer State Community College. At VolState, we are guided by purpose, helping others achieve their goals, and we need your help. On November 21st, join us in Giving Day and give with purpose. Your generosity supports our programs and provides scholarships that empower our students to achieve their dreams. All of us together make a difference when we give together, and we can transform lives. And that transformation starts right here in our community. Let's make a powerful impact together. Thank you for your support and
At halftime, VolState trails Calhoun Warhawks 47-41. Here are the unofficial statistics. First for Calhoun, leading scorer Brandon Cooks with 5 3-pointers. He has 17 points in the first half. Next is Isaiah Bailey and Coy Yarborough with 7 apiece. 4 for Josh Vedran, 3 for Caleb Carpenter and Tahir Bond, and 2 points each for Messiah Robinson, Dexter Smith, Trevor Taylor, totaling 47 points. They hit 8 3-pointers, 5 of those by Cooks, were 3 for 7 at the free throw line. For the Pioneers, only 5 players scored in the first half. The leading scorer was Willie Wilson with 13, Levante Ivory with 12, Taylor Groves 11 points. 3 points for Jaden Nesbitt, and Akil King got a bucket for a total of 41 points. 5 3-pointers hit by VolState in the first half. They were 6 for 10 at the free throw line, joined by Garrett Bruce, sophomore pitcher here for the baseball team at VolState. He is in his second action as a basketball analyst. Garrett, did you play basketball in high school at all?
No, not in high school. No, I played when I was real little. I always liked it. Matter of fact, funny story, I talked to the Gallatin high school coach a little bit. I asked him if I would be a role player for him, which meant that my job was to get in there.
You'd bring the rolls?
No. my job was to foul.
Oh, okay.
My job was to, play hard defense on certain players that needed it, and I was going to get 5 fouls and go ahead and walk out, and then if I ever got the ball, matter of fact, I'd hand it to Cannon Hale and walk off the court.
All right.
He didn't like it very much, though.
No, he didn't go for that?
No. Coach Bobby Luna over at Gallatin.
So you never suited up for the Gallatin Green Wave?
Did not.
Okay, well, I mean, you can bring me a roll whenever you want. Make sure you bring plenty of butter, though.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Texas Roadhouse, or what's your preference?
I like, actually, I'll take some cornbread from Cracker Barrel. I was at Cracker Barrel today for lunch.
All right.
Got the catfish dinner with hush puppies and some broccoli and mashed potatoes. We're underway here. We're done talking about Tim's eating habits. Taylor Groves with a steal, kick out to Willie Wilson, and he's going to have to make an athletic play, get it up to John Lloyd. And Levante Ivory, double team, gives it up to Groves. They have a little trouble getting a hold of the basketball finally with 17 on the shot clock. Jaden Nesbitt goes right down the lane and slams it home for 2. That's a well-drawn play by Johnny Lynn. Circle that 2 on the score sheet. Nesbitt able to alter that shot by Javen Poindexter, who started the game in the first half. Did not get much action, though. And he is back in there to start the second half. Carson Muse, Isaiah Bailey, Caleb Carpenter, and Brandon Cooks. I believe that is a starting five from the first half. Lloyd trying to make a move. Kick out to Nesbitt with 1-on-4 in the lane. Out to Groves for three, and it's good. Taylor Groves, his second three-point bucket of the ball game. Ball State is within one. Out to Poindexter for three, and he matches Groves. It's Poindexter's first bucket of the ball game. The 6'2 freshman from Red Level, Alabama. This Ivory's going to draw the foul on Isaiah Bailey. It's his first personal foul of the ball game. 9 fouls on Calhoun in the first half. And in quickly for Bailey is Josh Vedran. He's got 2 fouls. Not sure if Coach didn't see something he liked. Inbounds to Groves. He's going to work and have his shot blocked. It'll go out of bounds. Ball State basketball with 21 on the shot clock. 50-46, Calhoun leads. Groves is the inbounder, gets it to John Lloyd, gives it back to Groves. Being guarded by Cooks, gives it up to Ivory. He's gonna slip through the lane, out to Willie Wilson, and Willie continues his hot three-point shooting. That's his 4th three-point bucket of the ball game. He's got 16. Cooks, speaking of hot, is off the mark there. Wilson will get through partially. A little 5-on-5 crime right there as Javen Poindexter picks up the foul.
Looks like Willie might have got that knee a little too hard right there, kind of running around a little bit. I'm sure once he comes out, Justin will give him a little ice pack.
Give him the treatment.
That's right.
Probably. That's one of those knee on knee, and those things you just got to work through. Groves did not see the double team coming. Brandon Cooks is all over Taylor Groves, knocks the ball out of bounds. It looks like what they want to do is they want to put some extra pressure on Groves. And I'm going to tell you, I don't think they realize that he played football at Ole Miss. He is a tough kid. You're not going to intimidate him. Cooks is, they're going to call the foul on Groves, who pushes Cooks. That's exactly what Brandon Cooks was looking for. Taylor Groves trying to get him off his chest, and he extends his arms. Cooks does the flop and draws the foul. Vedran being guarded by Nesbitt gives it up to Tahir Bond, who's in the ball game. Three-point shot at the top of the key is good by Vedran. Calhoun now out to a 4-point lead. Wilson being closed out quickly by Yarborough. This looks like the main 5, I think, possibly is Cooks is being a little bit animated here. Dustin Williams, one of the officials, over to try to calm the situation down. Taylor Groves and Cooks will have to watch them throughout the half. Willie Wilson gets it on the opposite side of the court. Nesbitt looking inside to Lloyd. Turn around, back out to Nesbitt for 3, and it's good. Jaden Nesbitt, he doesn't, that may be his first three-point bucket of the year. It is. He now has 8. Interior pass to Yarborough. Nice pass there by Dexter Smith. Yarborough with the bucket. Up to Levante Ivory, and that's a staple shot right there. That was easy. Yarborough trying to set the pick, and Smith goes to the basket. Levante Ivory sees Groves sprinting out. He draws the contact from Yarborough, and gets the foul on the shot. Yarbrough 6'8". Taylor Groves 6'3". Yarbrough picks up his first foul, and Groves will go to the line. John Lloyd over to chat with head coach Johnny Lynn as Groves' free throw is good. Timeout called here as our lead referee, James Gibson, looking for a towel. The assist goes to Preston King, the freshman from Westmoreland High School, dressing out for his first game. He's been injured a bit. That's where Taylor Groves went down right there, Garrett. You think that spot's sweaty?
Yeah.
Paris Howard, our camera operator down there, leaning up against the nice new cushions up against the wall on the south end zone. Aaron Smith handling the camera down in the north end zone. Up top, Catherine Nixon and Peyton Tripp. On sound for our men's game is Tamira Dreer as Groves drops in 2 free throws. Gloria Taylor has shown up. She's supervising the whole deal. And VolState takes the first lead in a while, 56-55. Sarah Carson is also running the graphics for today's game. Aaron Smith may be having a problem down there. He's asking for Gloria to come down and handle the camera. We've got some wetness again, Garrett.
Strange. See if Justin McKinney's going to get up and do
No, he's not going to go the full length of the court. I don't know what you thought was going to happen there. Brandon Cooks is going to go to the free throw line after being harmed by Jaden Nesbitt. Cooks, who's been hot today, he's 3 for 3 from the free throw stripe. 17 points to lead all scorers. Misses that one. He knew quickly. And I think they're going to call a foul there on Josh Vedran. That's his third. Cooks misses the free throw, 1 for 2. Up court, way too long. It goes off the backboard. Lucky for VolState, Willie Wilson gets the rebound. Bobo Ivory with a little strong on that throw in from the outfield. Rob Correa in the ball game. The local product, sophomore out of Beach High School from Hendersonville. Gonna try to give a screen, and Cooks tried to fight through it, and he went to the ground, but Vedran's gonna pick up his 4th foul. That's 2 quick ones on him. The sophomore from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 6'5", 200-pounder. Let's see if they leave him in the ball game. As head coach Derek Powell coming over to check to see if that is in fact 4. Let's see if the Pioneers will go right at him. I don't know that they know. But he's guarding Rob Correa. Or Correa, Willie Wilson for 3. In and out. Correa with the tap out. That'll get to, no, that hit the rim. What are we doing? But good golly, Taylor Groves. He didn't need it, but he did it. Half-court shot, thinking there was only 2 on the shot clock. He gets the 3. Wow. The shot hit the rim. The shot clock was not reset. It showed 2 on the shot clock. Taylor Groves saw that from the half court as he got the tap out. He fires one up for 3.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
59-56 lead. Coy Yarbrough with the ball, guarded by Groves. And nice, pretty move there by Yarbrough. He's now in double figures. A pass not handled by Nesbitt. Ivory with the pretty delivery, but Nesbitt, I believe, as Groves said, no, you're not going to get that one, veteran. And there is some chatting going on. Ball State doesn't need to get another player ejected. As Isaiah Fuller, Dayon Subaran are sitting out their second game from violations against Columbia State last week. Groves picks up his second foul. Vedran will go to the line. He'll miss the first shot. He's 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Nesbitt will check out. Get a medium 5 there from Johnny Lynn in his second year as the head coach here at Vol State. 0 for 2 at the stripe. Rob Correa with the rebound. Up court to Groves. John Lloyd's going to go to the bucket. No foul called. And Calhoun comes out of there with the basketball. Dexter Smith goes to the other side of the basket. Drops it in. He's got 4. Ivory's going to go to the basket. Have his shot blocked by Vedran. That's his 5th foul. Levante Ivory will go to the free throw line. I don't know why. You know you've got 4 fouls. Why would you be that aggressive? I guess you're not worried about coming out of the game. They got 17 more guys to put in. But that's 5 fouls on Vedran. He will finish unofficially with 7 points in the ball game, 0 for 3 at the free throw line. Levante Ivory trying to tie the game up with the first of 2 free throws. He will miss the first. 12 in the first half, has a field goal in the second half. 14 points and 0 for 2 at the charity stripe. Ball State trails by a point. Coming up on 14 minutes to go in the ball game. And a clear lane to the basket for Messiah Robinson. Groves bounce pass in the front court to Wilson. Just before he was double teamed, gives it up to Groves. Correa now over to Ivory, up to John Lloyd at the top of the key, over to Groves. He looked like he just traveled, and that's what Cooks was saying. Inside to John Lloyd, and a couple guys on the Fall State bench stood up ready for John Lloyd to drive one home, but instead he just laid it off the backboard. Driving into the basket, but missing, and the putback by Yarborough is good. A long pass that Willie Wilson had to stretch for, stolen by Cooks. And Taylor Groves is going to get the top of the head. Let's see who that is. Is that Dexter Smith? No, number 2, Tahir Bond. I want to call him Boyd. Groves thinks he got all ball, but looked to me like Bond's head kind of went down a little bit. All State had a chance to tie. Now Calhoun can go up by 5. Bond has not been to the free throw line yet in this contest. Cashes in on the first. And a couple Jersey Mike subs. We got 3. Jaden Nesbitt, Cannon Hale, and Cooper Harris check into the ball game. Willie Wilson, Levante Ivory, and John Lloyd will take a seat. Bond is the 5th leading scorer, 8 points a game. 57% at the free throw line, but he's 2 for 2 here. And a 5-point lead. Correa sees Cannon Hale up front. Cooper Harris over to the right. He has it inside, trying to get that ball to Jaden Nesbitt. And Nesbitt didn't see it. He might have been screened by a Calhoun Warhawk. Isaiah Bailey retrieves the basketball, headed over to the storage unit for the baseball team. Jim McGuire, I think he also uses that as his locker room. Dexter Smith trying to drive on Cooper Harris, he thinks he's got him at about 3 or 4. Fakes up, and Cooper Harris going to end up getting him on the arm. Harris picks up the harm. At the free throw line goes sophomore Dexter Smith. He's also out of Huntsville, Alabama. It's his 5th point. Only his 14th free throw of the year. 2 for 2 is Dexter Smith. Now back out to a 7-point lead. Ball State had the lead shortly. What was that at 60 to 59? Groves trying to push Tahir Bond off of him. And meanwhile, he keeps falling to the ground. Finally get the foul called on Bond. It shows 2 up on the Toyota Gallatin scoreboard, but I've got 3 on my score sheet. We'll find out if he gets to 4 or 5. 1 and the bonus, and Groves knocks down the first. 5 for 7 at the charity stripe. 21 points now for Taylor Groves. Came in averaging 7 points a game. Willie Wilson will check into the ball game for Taylor. So a timeout is called. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Get you to another High Point Health Sumner Player Spotlight. Go to Cooper Harris from Gallatin, Tennessee, by way of Goodyear, Arizona, 6'3", 190-pound redshirt sophomore from Australia Foothills High School. Third-year player is a redshirt sophomore. General studies major, but he wants to be a firefighter down the road. The son of Rick and Amy Harris. And he is the brother to Sammy and Haley, grandson of Grandma Bobo in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Papa Mays and Grandma Jeannie in Camarillo, California. Is it Camarillo or Camarillo? Or does it depend?
It kind of depends on if you're from there, if you're not from there.
Do you know where that's located?
Yeah, I know where that's at.
How do you say it?
Camarillo.
Okay. That is the Spanish pronunciation.
Yeah. A lot of West Coast people will give more of that Hispanic accent to most words.
Thanks to High Point Health Sumner for their support of VolState athletics. Big help to Justin McKinney, the all-world trainer here at VolState. I think he's in his 12th or 13th. I can't remember what we figured that out to be. Correa with the defense up court to Cannon Hale, and he has his layup altered by Isaiah Bailey. Ball knocked out of bounds, no fouls called. Ball State will retain possession with 25 on the shot clock. Cannon Hale meant well right there, but I don't think that's his game. His game is three-point shooting. Has that ball knocked out of his hands by Bailey. So Robinson, Bailey, Muse. Who else we got in the game there? Messiah Robinson and Makai Menifee, if I'm saying that right, number 12, getting his first action. Is it 12? As Nesbitt jumped and got the ball, missed on the first attempt, did not miss his second attempt. Yes. Menifee, 6'4", freshman guard out of Dothan, Alabama, in the ball game. Muse cut off by Nesbitt, gives it up to Smith. Out to Menifee for three. His shot no good. Rebound to the 6'8" power forward, Jaden Nesbitt. Cannon Hale's open for three. He fires and cannot hit. Up court quickly to Smith. He's double teamed. Now out to Muse. In the corner to Menifee. It's another attempt Smith on the, or Bailey on the rebound, and the putback is good. It's 9 for Isaiah Bailey, 70-65. Ball State with 3 3-point shooters in the game, Cannon Hale, Willie Wilson, and Cooper Harris, but Cannon just has not been able to find a shot. But what about Jaden Nesbitt, who's not sure if that shot was partially blocked or not, misses the 3-point shot. Cy Robinson all alone to Menifee under the basket, and that will be a timeout. Ball State, it'll be a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. Garrett?
Yeah.
72-65, down by 7. What do you think Ball State needs to do to get back in the game?
I think they actually need to slow this down. I think that they're kind of getting outplayed here when it comes to speed and tight finishes and stuff like that. I think that they need to kind of reset, control the game, let the fire build inside of themselves, but don't let it get too big. Don't let the other team control the tempo and start doing things like that.
Taylor Groves, the only one in any kind of foul trouble, has 3 coming up on the halfway point of the second half. But let's see if Coach Lynn decides to put him back in the game. He is now in the game. Taylor Groves, Willie Wilson, Rob Correa, Lamont Ivory, and John Lloyd, the 5 in the game. Brandon Cooks returns for Calhoun. He is joined by Messiah Robinson, Makai Menifee, Isaiah Bailey, and Carson Muse. As I said, 16 players on the Calhoun have gotten minutes this year. And I think just about everybody has gotten into this game. There might be a couple who have not. A zone defense now by Calhoun. Over to Ivory. He's going to pop for 3. It's going to be a little short. Rebound goes to Menifee of Calhoun. 1 and done for Vol State. Don't think they wanted to get into a 3-point shooting contest, as the drive by Robinson with the left hand is good. Now a 9-point lead. Derek Powell, head coach, telling them to get back, set in the zone defense. Willie Wilson's going to fire for 3 and hit. Willie Wilson can bring him out. Second 3 of the half and 5th for the ball game. Willie unofficially with 19. Straight to the basket goes Robinson and has it blocked. Ivory, he's not going to stop till he gets all the way to the rim. And there's 5 points off of that lead. Ivory now with 16 unofficially. So Levante Ivory, Willie Wilson, and Taylor Groves, as Wilson gets the push on Bailey. That will be the 7th foul, and Calhoun will go to the free throw line for the bonus. Wilson's first foul of the ball game. Bailey has not been at the free throw stripe yet, but he knocks down the first and will get the bonus. Waiting for a little low 5 slap from Carson Muse. He had to wait a little bit. Bailey from Lansing, Michigan, 6'3" sophomore guard, drops in 2. 6-point lead with 9:24 to go. Ivory's going to handle the basketball and let Groves go to the wing. Lloyd thought he had position in the lane. Lloyd not necessarily the offensive player, but he's going to look for the kick out maybe to Wilson. Willie wasn't in position to shoot. 7 on the shot clock. Groves drives, trying to get the foul. Can't. Wilson can't get the rebound. Robinson will drive to the basket, and he's going to get the bucket and the foul on Ivory. Telling you, these Calhoun players have a lot of moves. Robinson now with 8. Jersey Mike subs for Ball State, Jaden Nesbitt and Cannon Hale to replace Bobo Ivory and Rob Correa. And now checking in for Calhoun, Tahir Bond will replace Menifee. At the line for one is Messiah Robinson, his first attempt at the free throw line, up 78-70. It's a little strong, but it rolls in. Now Groves back handling the basketball. Hale spots up in the corner. He's open. He's going to fire quickly, and it's short. Rebound to Calhoun. They can go up by double digits with a bucket here. VolState had the lead, but could not maintain. Bailey with the step back, too. No good. Rebound to Lloyd. Gives it to Groves, and all over Groves is Tahir Bond. Almost looks like maybe the halftime discussion was, let's get Taylor Groves. Let's get in his britches here. We're going to be all over Taylor Groves. It shows Bond with 3. I've got him with 4. Groves drills the first. Perfect from the line here in the second half. 5 for 5. 7 for 9, looking to go 8 for 10. And he will. It's what you want to see from Groves, because he's going to get to the free throw line a lot this year, and that 58.7 is not going to cut it if VolState is going to have a good year. Down by 7, 8:19 on the clock. Plenty of time for the Pioneers to mount a comeback. Hale guarding Bailey at the top, but driving and getting to the backboard is Robinson. He looks like he can get that shot anytime he wants. He now has 11. Groves thought about a 3, tried to get an inside pass to Nesbitt, closed out, and that's going to be a lay-in for Bond. And another timeout for VolState, and that will be a full timeout. We'll take the timeout with them. VolState trailing by 11 with 7:45 to go. We'll take a 30-second timeout on the VolState Sports Network.
Every day, all around the nation, people find themselves in need of a hero. Fire and emergency medical responders are those heroes we need. They make the difference between life and death. If you desire to make a difference in your community, VolState is leading the way in training everyday heroes. We offer EMS, paramedic, and fire science programs. Spring 2024 enrollment is now open. Visit volstate.edu to learn more.
.72 is the score. VolState comes in with a 3-4 record. This is not a conference game, but they're 2-1 in conference play. Wins over Chattanooga State and Motlow State. Lost to Columbia State last Wednesday. Close contest. VolState will be back in action down in Memphis against Southwest Tennessee on Wednesday. That game will not be carried on the VolState Sports Network, but will be carried on the Game Time Sports Network. And go to Southwest Tennessee's website to get that broadcast. Yours truly will be handling the play-by-play. Normally Jay Parker would be handling that for Game Time Sports Network, but he's going to be calling the Pellissippi State ball game that night. So he's reached out for help. Taylor Groves, now double team, gives it up to Willie Wilson, but that pass gets away, and that's not at all what Johnny Lynn called for in the 1-minute timeout as Bond lays in the bucket. Cooper Harris now over to Groves. A matchup zone being played here by the Calhoun Warhawks. Nesbitt, if they can get it to him, he can flash into the lane. Harris is going to drive and get it off the backboard. Nesbitt's putback is no good. And rebound to Carson Muse. Bounce pass to Bond into the corner and a three-point bucket. This game is getting away from Ball State quickly. Wilson over to Groves, over to Levante Ivory, who's going to drive, kick out to Harris, fakes the three. That's only a two-point bucket as Cooper Harris had his toe on the line. That's his first field goal at right foot just as he stepped forward. And our lead referee, James Gibson, stopped the game to make sure that that was recorded as only a two-point shot. 88-74, 6:22 to go. And Cook's trying to get hot again. He's not. He misses his three-point shot. But the rebound to Bond. He wants a fire and does. His shot is no good. Ivory taps it to himself up court to Willie Wilson. He's going to go in a hesitation move, and the layup is good. Wilson can leap for a little guy, and he also has that hanging in the air shot. He has 8 in the half. Step back by Cooks and a pass now back over to Bond. He'll try again, no good. Rebound to Wilson, dribbles it out of harm, 3-on-1 if they go quickly. And a hesitation again, no good by Ivory, but the putback by Nesbitt is good. Now down by 10. Tried to get behind the Warhawk there was Willie Wilson and knock it out, but Robinson was able to get by Wilson, and he was fouled going to the bucket. Jaden Nesbitt picks up that foul. They have him with 4. I have him with only 3. Maybe I missed one. Good shot that I did. Robinson back at the line for 2 shots. And a little strong and a little left on that free throw attempt. He's got 4 field goals in the half. And it looks like wholesale substitution. I mean, they're just going to go ahead and put in 7, I think.
Yeah.
Coy Yarborough, Dexter Smith, and Trevor Taylor arrive in the ball game for the Warhawks, and they'll go back, handle their defensive alignment.
If you want to call that one wholesale, maybe we can get a Costco sponsorship.
There used to be a car dealership called Wholesale that I used to go to. They had a fitness center in their back area. Foul called on, said on 12. I don't see a number 12 out there. There we go. There we go, 22. Carson Muse is going to pick that one up. Ivory at the line. Gets the roll on the 1-and-1. Free throws from now on for both teams will be 2-point shots, so no more 1-ands. 2 for 2 goes Ivory. He has 18. 9-point lead. These two teams hooked up in the second game of the year for Ball State. Calhoun with a 94-72 win down in Decatur at Calhoun Classic. Muse shuffled his feet. He was showing the referee some marks on his arms. He's saying, hey, I got fouled before I moved my feet. Full court pressure now by Calhoun, broken quickly by Vol State. Wilson thought about a 3, thought about driving in, gets it to Nesbitt at the elbow. He drives to the basket with the left hand, and his runner is good. Nesbitt with the bucket. He's got 14 in the ball game. 7 Ball State players have scored, but 4 of them in double digits. Muse driving on Groves. He's trying to pass out to the corner, but Kyler Bryant, who's now in the ball game for Calhoun, was not in that spot. Muse will come to the bench as Tahir Bond checks in. So Kyler Bryant, Trevor Taylor, Bond, Yarbrough, and Dexter Smith with a 5 in for Calhoun. Ball State down by 7. Groves up to Nesbitt. He's going to give it back to Groves. And now it is a 1-on-1 as Bryant cuts off Groves, but Ivory's going to go kick out. Nice pass by Cooper Harris, give him an assist, and 2 more for Jaden Nesbitt, and timeout is called, as I believe that is a timeout for Vol State. It'll be a full timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here. And Garrett, we'll let you get some shout outs. Who do you want to shout out today? I mean, mom and dad are always the best shout out. Okay?
Yeah, we're gonna get a shout out to mom and dad. We're gonna get a shout out.
How about their names? Because everybody's got a mom and dad, right? But not everybody's got a
Tiffany and Brent. That's true.
Okay, there you go.
I'm also going to give a special shout out to Mr. Lois, who is the head of the Learning Commons here at Vol State, who is in attendance for both games tonight. And shout out to, let's shout out everyone that's here today.
Okay, you start. Luke Lawson, Carter Waltz, J.C. Menendez, Parker White, Braxton Alexander.
That's right.
A couple of the 5 of the baseball players who were here playing a very, very spirited game. What do you call that, 21? No, it's not 21. I don't know what that game's called, but you shoot from 3, and if you miss, you have to get the ball up into the basket before the next person makes their basket or you're out.
That's right.
Whatever that game's called, there were a bunch of Vol State students that came here. J.C. Menendez won the game. There were probably, 15 players out there. As I see the president of the school, Dr. Wendy Tostenson, down there with the softball coach Christian Lynn. They were doing the wave. Look, Justin McKinney starting the wave down there.
Oh.
I don't know if we have that on video yet, but we need to try to get that. Paris Howard right down there by, as Dexter Smith being hawked over to Bryant. He kicks out, and Yarbrough with 8 on the shot clock. He's going to drive to the bucket, try to get the shot, and it does not hit the rim. Shot is blocked by Cooper Harris, and the shot clock violation. Ball State down by 5, can get it to 2.
That's right. Great defense all the way through that whole play. Trying to keep it all long.
I think that might be attributed to the wave that was. Now, Bobby Hudson, the athletic director down there, may have started that. He's just to the left of Justin McKinney.
I think we got to get that going.
Laura Walker, Anna Harrison, and Erica Abbott. Some softball players. Grove's going to drive, kick out to Wilson in the corner for 3. Short. Rebound goes to Carson Muse back in the ball game. Wilson, 3 minutes to go. It's not like you got to start the hack-a-shack yet, but Muse trying to go on Groves. Multiple moves, and Groves isn't having any of that. Pass out to Yarbrough, and he slips right through the double team and up and in. 15 for Yarbrough, averaging 11.2 points a game. Still in the zone. Ivory's going to drive out to Wilson. Now over to Groves for 3. No good. Rebound. Fought for. Come out of there by Calhoun. And Dexter Smith. His layup no good. Tap. Second tap goes to Tahir Bond. And quickly Vol State down by 9 again. Had a chance to get it within 2 and just could not. Ivory's going to spot up for 3 and drop it in. Vol State has 2 more timeouts left. Calhoun with 4. Hood, Cooper Harris and Levante Ivory just slammed right into each other, and Cooper Harris is going to need some attention from Justin McKinney. He might have a concussion. And Ivory looks like he's okay. I didn't see who put the ball in the basket there, but I was watching the collision, and Harris is going to come off.
Looks like he's got a cut on his left cheek here. Definitely will be under concussion protocol.
2 minutes, 3 seconds to go in the ball game, and an 8-point lead for Calhoun. That was Dexter Smith, I believe, that dropped that one in on the layup, and he got Cooper Harris and Levante Ivory, one going one way, one going the other, and they actually collided out past the three-point line, and Smith went right to the bucket and laid it in. And so we have a timeout for medical right here. I'm not sure if VolState has called a timeout. They have not, as our official Dustin Williams calling for the players to come back. So it should be a 30 seconds on the shot clock. 8-point lead for Calhoun. VolState needs stops, and they need buckets. Cannon Hale, Bobo Ivory, Willie Wilson, Taylor Groves, and John Lloyd, the 5 in. Wilson is open there for 3. Muse does not come all the way out, as Ivory will go in, and with the left hand, misses. Muse is going to try to slam it home. Not only will he try, but he will get it done. That's his first bucket of the ball game. 97-87. Cannon Hale for 3. You got to get one to go. He does not. Knocked out of bounds by Robinson, as Hamilton Page will check into the ball game with a minute 34. Ivory will come have a seat. Hamilton Page gets his first minutes. A 6'8" freshman from Memphis, transfer from Austin Peay. And finally, Cannon Hale drops into 3 ball.
Now we can give our shout out to Aunt Hillary.
Hale tried to close out Robinson, but Calhoun will pull the air out of it. Double team as the ball's knocked out of Yarborough's hands. Cannon Hale's going to spot up for 3. Groves is going to go to the rim, and too much English there, but John Lloyd gets the garbage bucket, his second field goal of the second half. John Lloyd, 97-91. Now it's a 6-point lead. At this point now, we got to start fouling. We can't let them drive and get that. Nice block. Muse has his shot blocked by Hamilton Page. We got to get the ball to a guard. VolState with a couple threes can tie this ball game up. Over to Wilson. He's going to crank from 3. It's a little long, but goes in, and there's a 3-point bucket and a 3-point lead for Calhoun. I thought that was going to be a little bit too long, but Wilson drops in his 6th 3 of the contest. 11 in the half, 24 in the ball game for Wilson.
That wave is working out for us.
Are we still doing
Let's
it?
get that
I
going.
mean, the doctor down there is talking to the folks. I want to know who the gentleman is across the way with the red coat on, the red shoes, and the blue pants. Say that, but maybe not. Dr. Tostenson is leading the cheers down just at the door to the concession stand. She just got the job July 1st, and we've seen her at several games already this year. Probably, I think she's been at every home game already. So appreciate Dr. Tostenson, and her husband typically is in attendance as well, Kyle. Let's do a reset here. Let's see what we got. Taylor Groves had 11 at the half. 12 in the second half. He has 23 unofficially. 15-24 for Wilson. Jaden Nesbitt with an excellent half. He's got 13 in the half, 16 total. And Ivory, 21 in the ball game. Akil King has contributed 2 points, 4 for Lloyd, 2 for Cooper Harris, and 3 for Cannon Hale. Cooper Harris is down being attended to by Justin McKinney. Looks like he might end up with a mouse underneath his left eye, but he took the brunt of the collision with Levante Ivory. Hamilton Page, Cannon Hale, Willie Wilson, Levante Ivory, and John Lloyd, the 5 in, is the full court pressure. We need a foul. Coy Yarborough looking for a teammate, gets it to Dexter Smith, and they finally get the timeout, not a foul, and a timeout. Now, here's the question I have, and Garrett, I would assume you don't know the answer, is that now they took them 6 seconds, and that's what Greg Law, the assistant coach, is asking for, is how long do they have to get it across the timeline? Do they have 4 seconds to get it across the timeline, or do they have additional time, as Dustin Williams is going to move the ball down a little bit farther? But I don't know that rule. I thought that in some leagues that they say, no, you still got to get it over the timeline in the 10 seconds, and you've used up 6 of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that would not be a question I would be able to answer for you.
You don't have that basketball expertise?
I don't, no.
Well, I think it might be different for NBA. Maybe, I don't know if all college is the same or JUCO's different. But anyway, let's give a shout out again to our staff that's here again. I can't remember now how many games we've done here, but big shout out to the VolState employee here, A.J. Fawson, our chief engineer, who has put together a group of students here. Tamira Dreer, Freddie Miller, Catherine Nixon, Paris Howard, Gloria Taylor, Aaron Smith, Sarah Carson, Peyton Tripp, who are all handling cameras and doing sound and producing and directing. Big shout out to that crew. If you happen to be a VolState student and you're interested in that kind of work, get a hold of any of those people or A.J. Fawson. He'll get you hooked up. We are ready for action. 26.9, and get it into the front court. And Rob Correa, who's in the game, gets the foul on Messiah Robinson, who's 2 for 3 at the free throw line. But he'll get 2 shots, but you do stop the clock down by 3. Jaden Nesbitt, who was not in there for that defensive stand, will come to the official scorers table. And Robinson at the line for 2. He drills the first. Groves, Hale, and Nesbitt will check in for Correa, Page, and Lloyd. So Preston King and Keneal Velez have dressed out, but have not appeared in the ball game.
King is battling a shoulder injury right now. It's not affecting
is he?
his,
I thought he had a foot problem.
He did, and
okay.
that healed, and he decided to potentially tear his labrum.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Free throws missed. Groves trying to get it up court, and we'll find Willie Wilson in the corner for 3. Good! Willie Wilson in the corner, hot as a firecracker, gets the Pioneers within 1 with 14.6 on the clock. Nice up-court pass from Groves to Hale to Wilson for 3. With a minute and a half to go in the game, VolState was down by 10, now down by 1.
This will be a very, very eventful first win in 10-plus years, or potentially ever.
They didn't start playing until last year, so I just happened to go back in the previous 8 years and noticed that they did not play. So I don't know if they played them 30 years ago when Johnny Lynn and Bobby Hudson were tag teaming the women's and men's basketball coaching. But Johnny Lynn coached the softball team for 30 years, gave it up last year to become the head men's basketball coach. And Christian Lynn, his youngest son, became the head softball coach. 4 programs, athletic teams here at VolState, men's and women's basketball, baseball, and softball, but They are hoping to get, I think, women's soccer and women's volleyball, possibly even this next year. So I guess I'm going to have to bone up on soccer and volleyball because I'm sure they'll want to do a broadcast there. So my wife, Susan Reese, is probably not going to be too excited about adding more broadcasts. Coming up on my 250th broadcast for VolState.
Congratulations.
Sports.
And
14.6. And you're up on your fourth.
My second here.
Well, it's your fourth game.
Oh, I'll take that. I'll take it.
14.6 on the clock. Calhoun with a 1-point lead, and a timeout is called. It'll be a full timeout. We'll keep it here 98-97 and tell you that the upcoming schedule. VolState travels to Southwest Tennessee on Wednesday night, 5:30 and 7:30. Those games will be carried on the Game Time Sports Network. Check that out on the Southwest Tennessee website. Then back here Saturday night or Saturday afternoon to take on Walter State. Walter State was picked in the men's bracket to finish first and they started their conference play 0-2. Not sure if it showed. Let me see if I can check quickly the standings. Let's see, for the women, Walter State 2-0 in conference play, 3-2 overall. On the men's side, Walter State is 0-2 in conference play, 1-4, but both of those teams are not expected to be in the lower half, no question, in the conference. They both played in the championship games in the conference a year ago. I believe it was the Walter State men that won, and Walter State women lost to Chattanooga State. 14.6, and Isaiah Bailey inbounds to Carson Muse in the foul. I don't know why Jaden Nesbitt was in there. I'd have him at 5, but let's see what they finally show. He does get the foul. Let's see what Michelle, the official scorer, shows. They're going to say that's his 5th foul. I'm not sure why Nesbitt would be even in the game with 4 fouls. But he picks up his 5th foul, and he's going to have to sit for the remainder of this contest. 13 in the second half. I have for Jaden Nesbitt 16 for the game. At the free throw line, Carson Muse for 2, and he misses the first. So VolState's got a chance, 13.5 on the clock.
I think Chip Harris helped out with that one a little bit. He let out a little shriek right as that ball came out of his hand.
This is a tough position for Carson Muse. He hadn't been at the line all night. And he drops the second. 2-point lead. VolState with the basketball. Let's see if they're going to foul him or they're going to let him go all the way to the rim. They will. And he gets the bucket to go. We're tied up, 7.7. Timeout is called, or the whistle is blown. Let's see if they said Calhoun's going to call the timeout. They had 2 left. VolState does not have a timeout to take, so there'll be 7.3 on the clock. And this game is tied 99-9. It's going to take triple digits to win this game. Garrett?
Yes, it is. And it looks like they reset the clock up to 7-7 to give them another, what would that be, 0.4 of a second.
There you go. There you go. What'd you say your major was here? Accounting?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
General studies. What do you want to do with your life, Garrett?
I want to be a coach. I want to coach in the MLB.
Really?
I do.
Okay.
Preferably for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Wow.
Shout out to the Dodgers for their fantastic World Series win over the Yankees.
14 points for Taylor Groves in the second half. 25 for the game to follow up his 30-point effort on Saturday against Motlow State.
It looks like Cooper Harris is actually walking out of the building.
He's probably going to go get an X-ray on that,
or
on
even
his
stitches.
face. Not sure. Maybe so. 7.7 tie ball game. Carson Muse, Isaiah Bailey, Coy Yarbrough, Dexter Smith, and Tahir Bond. Muse, there's a guy all alone underneath. Correa is down, and the shot goes in with 2.2 on the clock. Up court, Willie Wilson's going to fire from three. No good. Wilson had a couple more dribbles. He probably could have come up, maybe gotten about a 35-footer, but little panic right there at the end, I think. I believe was that Dexter Smith, who was left all alone. Let's see who that was that got that bucket. And I believe that was Dexter Smith. He gets the 2-point bucket, and Calhoun gets the win 101-99. What an exciting second half. We'll take a break and be right back on the VolState Sports Network.
Hey y'all, I'm Wendy Tostenson, president of Volunteer State Community College. At VolState, we are guided by purpose, helping others achieve their goals, and we need your help. On November 21st, join us in Giving Day and give with purpose. Your generosity supports our programs and provides scholarships that empower our students to achieve their dreams. All of us together make a difference when we give together, and we can transform lives, and that transformation starts right here in our community. Let's make a powerful impact together. Thank you for your support, and
Why spend over $100,000 for a large school where they'll be just another number? With Tennessee Promise, a great education at VolState could be free. Here at VolState, everyone is a part of the family. We offer small class sizes, close to home, with plenty of support from staff and faculty, full of moms and dads. Help them reach their full potential and find their own path. Help them find it at VolState. Go to volstate.edu today to get started.
Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network, where the Pioneers have just taken a tough loss, 101-99, scoring 58 points in the second half. The game tied at 99-99, and Calhoun got the basketball with 7.7 seconds to go and able to get a play that Justin Smith ended up scoring with 2.2 on the clock. Ball State inbounded, got the basketball out to Willie Wilson. I don't think he realized that the clock stopped on the made basket, and so when the ball was thrown in, he had 2.2 seconds to go. Garrett Bruce, there wasn't any question that he could have dribbled probably 3 more dribbles and then gotten a shot maybe from about 25 feet away from the basket, but instead he pulled up and shot from half court, and his shot did not go, so the Pioneers were 1 for 2 from half court.
Yeah, they were. I think that's, he might have gotten a little inspiration out of Taylor Groves earlier, but I don't know. I think that that's kind of some surrounding what I said earlier, letting that moment get a little big. Now, do I think that that's kind of, something that he would be more comfortable doing? He's one of the leaders on the team. I think he's comfortable taking that shot. Do I think he had more time? Absolutely. He could have, he really could have probably made that shot even realistic with his speed. And I think that's, after the game, Coach Johnny Lynn, I think, kind of expressed some of that frustration of him not really understanding where that shot clock really was.
Well, let's see if we can get some final statistics. These are definitely unofficial. I don't know that my totals for VolState total up to the 99, but we'll go with it. First for the Calhoun Warhawks, they had 6 players at double figures. Brandon Cooks with 17 in the first half finishes with 18 points. Coy Yarborough off the bench with 15. 14 for Tahir Bond, 13 for Messiah Robinson, and 11 for Isaiah Bailey. There are your 10 for Dexter Smith, make 6 double-digit scorers. Josh Vedran, who had to leave the ball game early with 5 fouls, finished with 7 points, 3 each for Jabin Poindexter, Carson Muse, and Caleb Carpenter, and 2 points each for Trevor Taylor and Makai Menifee, for a total of 101 points. For the Pioneers, leading scorer Willie Wilson with 27 points, followed by Taylor Groves with 25, 21 for Bobo Ivory, and 16 for Jaden Nesbitt. So 4 players in double figures there. Buckets by John Lloyd, Akil King, Cooper Harris, Canaan Hale round out the Ball State scoring, who dropped to 3 and 5 overall and fail for the second year to defeat the Calhoun Community College Warhawks. I guess it'll be up to VolState baseball in the spring to get a victory against the Warhawks.
Yeah, I think that it's a redemption game for us for sure.
Well,
softball play?
It was exciting. Yeah, they probably play. Softball plays as well. And Lady Pioneer softball team's an excellent team. But that'll do it from the Richard Moore Gymnasium inside the Pickle Fieldhouse. I want to thank the folks again here that have been on the production crew that we've called out all night. And it's pretty exhausting at times, so they'll sleep well tonight. For Athletic Director Bobby Hudson and Head Coach Johnny Lynn, and thank you to Garrett Bruce. This is Tim Reese saying, so long, God bless you. We'll talk to you again Saturday on the VolState Sports Network.